To all the young comic artists, character designers, storytellers, and dreamers, I'm talking to you. Hi, how you doing? If you're an aspiring comic artist or comic storyteller, I just want to say good for you. I salute you. I commend your work and your effort. Because in today's world, where we're all bombarded by an endless sea of distraction, reducing our ability to stay motivated in order to accomplish our goals. However, by staying focused on your creative project, you're already miles ahead of your competition and your peers, who many of them are content to wait and put things off until tomorrow or for when they think the time is right. But I know it's not easy. The struggle is real. And as you can see from the white in my beard, I've been doing this a long time. And I know a few tips that'll help you stay on track, stay motivated, and maybe make the workload a little easier. Staring at the blank page. Sometimes it can feel pretty daunting. How do we get what's in our head down onto the page, and how do we begin our project? In my previous videos, I talk a lot about the importance of building structure so that we have a properly proportioned character and posing. That certainly doesn't mean that my character drawings and designs start out looking like this. In fact, all my drawings and sketches begin with warm up doodles and some very rough gesture sketches that tend to look like a pile of scribbles. However, I'm always aware of my character's structure and proportions, even during this scribbly phase. I'm subconsciously building towards that correct structure. And when I'm happy with my scribbly gesture pose, I'll add another layer to fill in my structure and make sure that all my proportions and perspective is looking correct and feels solid. And by the way, if you're new here, my name is Brad Overall, and I'm an animator, storyboard artist, character designer, and freelance comic artist. And I've been drawing characters professionally for over 20 years. But as a young comic artist, you want to improve now and get your comic on Kickstarter today. And that's why I wrote this ebook with over 20 pages of superhero and character design techniques that'll get you drawing and posing dynamic characters from memory in no time. Learn 20 years of drawing tips used by professionals all in one instant and simple download. Click the link in the description below to order and download yours right away. And it's also free for Patreon tiered members. I'm proud of this book, and it's one of the best ways to support the channel. So thank you so much. Whether you're designing comic book sample pages showing off your sequential comic storytelling skills in order to get a job at Marvel or DC or another comic studio, or if you're laying out an epic splash page, poster art, or cover art, working out all of your ideas and concept designs into small thumbnail drawings is essential. In terms of sequential comic book pages, you can revise, work out, and ensure that all of your storytelling and comic page composition and layout is solid before you ever put your final pencil and ink to page. But what is a good thumbnail? Well, often it's a small drawing no bigger than a small post it note where you can jot down all the information and visual designs that you need in a very rough, small, and very quick, loose sketch. And if I was designing a 22-page comic, I would thumbnail and loosely rough out all 22 pages in a thumbnail format. All of your planning, pacing, and storytelling should all be worked out in this rough thumbnail stage, well before you do any of the final artwork. You don't want to be revising your final art. Jim Lee is one of my favorite comic book artists, and I have followed his career since his early days working for Marvel. His comic art is so inspiring that I've spent a lot of time just studying it and unpacking it and trying to learn and better my own skills. I tend to do that with a lot of my favorite artists, learning and being inspired by their work. But the one thing I never do is I never compare myself to them. To quote Theodore Roosevelt, Comparison is the thief of joy. And in today's world of constant social media, I also think that comparison could be the mother of depression in many ways. There are some unbelievably talented artists showing their work on social media and Instagram, and in fact, I follow a lot of them. However, I'm looking at their work to see what I can learn and study, and of course, be inspired. Inspiration feeds ambition, but comparison destroys it. So remember, you are a unique artist, and always try to develop and improve your unique voice as an artist. And don't worry, it's never too late. Eventually, you will find that voice. Well, that's all I've got today. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments what you think of this video. And if you're not already, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. And if you want to support the channel, please consider becoming a Patreon member where you'll get exclusive perks, drawing tips, and exclusive artwork. And we're also trying to build a really cool community over there. So please, any support would be greatly appreciated. You can also support the channel by downloading my ebook by clicking the link below. New character design videos are on the way, so please leave me a comment and let me know what you want to see me add to upcoming videos. And submission page for subscriber art reviews will be up this weekend. So all the best. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.